Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Good Mom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Hi, Lindsay. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Sunny. It's always good to be in your presence. Thank you for
Aw,
having a beautiful day with me today. It's going to be great.
yes. Well, and we've got a great topic today because it's something that, when we do these episodes, Lindsay and I, we try to bring up topics that we're currently going through. And one of the things that I have been in the throes of for at least, oh goodness, I would say maybe the last 5 months, but really intensified in the last 2 months,
Yes.
is preserving our memories, right?
Yep.
So our photographs and our videos and whatever else there are, slides, I guess those fall into the photograph section. But oh my goodness, I have been on a mission, Lindsay, to take everything because we have a tendency to your heart's in the right place, right? We'll grab our phones. I was looking for my phone. I have my phone down here. We grab our phones and we take these pictures, especially when our kids are super little, right? And they'll do something really cute. We take these pictures and then we file them away. And at least for my family, we don't look at them again.
Right.
There's not like a process or an easy way. And then when you add in the fact that technology changes so fast, and before you know it, the stuff that you recorded, your babies on, you don't even have that machine anymore.
Yep.
This is what I'm dealing with right now.
Oh my gosh. And then the sheer time that it takes, oh, honey, I can totally relate to this too. I'm also at my parents' home, just like you, for the summer, and it seems to be that when you're in a place like that, the nostalgia kicks in and you go through all the family albums. And, I have photo albums all the way back to 1938 that my grandmother had kept for our family. And she was so meticulously diligent. I got to bless her soul here. She wrote literally everyone's names on the back of every single picture. Every picture.
And I have some of those photos too. And my grandparents also wrote on the front of the photo. I'm like, why? It's like on people's chests and stuff. And I'm like, I'm planning to scan these photos, right? Yeah. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. At least we know who they are.
I think that's it. At least you know who they are. And so the process is really painful. And our children are some of the first kids who have an all digital life. I don't think I have any actual printed photographs of my kids other than the very special ones, the 8x10s from whatever. But no, they're not printed. So going through all of that and deciding what do you keep, what do you not keep, where do you store it? So let's talk about what you're doing to do that right now. And then I'll share some thoughts that I've been working on too over here.
So this started for me, I guess there were a couple things that led me to start this project. Mm-hmm. Living in California, we have evacuations. We have fire evacuations, right? And I've had a couple times where there was practically nothing in my car except photo albums. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Because for me, those were the most important things to take. Everything else can be replaced. Mm-hmm. But my memories, right? Like that's just super important. And so it kind of started with me there going, this is really dumb. Why? If all this was digitized in some sort of digital format, I could grab a hard drive or whatever and be out the door.
Yeah.
Instead, I've got a car full of crazy stuff, right? And so this led me on a journey and like I said, this started like 4 or 5 months ago for me. Actually, it might even be longer than that because we were doing some stuff at Christmas time.
Right.
Anyway, I did a couple different things. I created these like memory boxes, but they're huge. I literally went to a warehouse store and got these huge white clear boxes for each person in my family. So my husband, myself, and our 4 kids.
That's
and
great.
I put labels on them, and each person has their own bin. And then what I did, because over the years I've been collecting, oh, this is a cute picture. Oh, this is a note from a teacher. And so I kind of had that organized, but it was it was kind of overflowing. It was getting to be a mess. So we went through, we put all of their stuff in bins, nice and labeled. They've got folders. That was its own thing. And then we began, okay, let's get out our albums. So I'm not having to put all these in the car if there's an emergency and we have to evacuate.
For sure.
And I started consulting with like what would you call it? It's a professional company that does this. Okay. And so I got some ideas from them. They not gave me, I spent a lot of money, but I got these really nice photo boxes. So I started taking all the photos out of our albums. And I started categorizing them in these photo boxes according to the year primarily. And then if like it was an event, like a wedding or a birthday or something like that, then I would add like a little index card to indicate what that was. And my thought process is at some point, sometime soon, I want these to be scanned. I want them to be in a digital format. I'm still going to keep the boxes, but if there is an emergency, then I know that there's a backup. And that's another thing, creating a backup of your backup, because these are so precious. And now that I'm back at my parents' house, they had most of the video footage, not all of it, but the stuff that I had was primarily already in digital format. It just needed to be organized. Because my dad like wanted the latest and greatest technology when I was a kid. He had film, he had VHS, he had those little hi8 tapes, he had a digital recorder that wasn't your iPhone, he had stuff on iCloud that was from his iPhone. So it's been like a matter of condensing it and then organizing it so we can appreciate it.
That is complicated. And yes, thank heavens there are companies that can help serve in this particular case. I have taken a slightly different tact on it because I also feel like, just like with everything else, we can accumulate so much that it's like, who's going to ever look at this again? You know, it's sort of like what you said. We took all these pictures of the kids, but seriously, have they even looked at them? No. So I have taken, thankfully, you know, like I said, I had a really organized grandmother and a really organized mom. So they're all in kind of binders by years, you know, et cetera. So you can kind of see what, you know, decade you're in. I've gone through and I have been snapping scanned photos with my phone, just the highlights. So I'll find the best of 10 pictures or whatever, scan that, let the rest go. And then if it does burn down in a fire, okay, so it does. But at least I will have preserved the essence of what was there. And what's been really fun is that now we're going to turn this into a slideshow of decades, right? So that you can put into a movie format that potentially you can play for, you know, like you said, whatever technology is available. So we had Super 8 movies, you know, that kind. We had VHS. We have had it all. And that has all gotten digitized. And now I've culled it down to the snippets of, you know, chunks of time that really make sense. But, you know, we can just get overloaded with all of the memory replay. Sometimes you just have to go, okay, I remember when we went to Yellowstone. That's great. And don't have a picture.
And you're right. Like, you know, at least when I was growing up, I grew up in the time where we didn't have digital cameras. We had film. So you didn't really know what you were taking a picture of. You hoped and prayed it came out okay. But until your film was developed. And not only that, but like we would go to these discount stores to get the film developed. And we would get like double or triple copies of everything. And so now, so a lot of that stuff my mom gave me. So I'm going through my stuff. She's going through her stuff. I'm like, I have that. Throw that one out. I already have that photo. And you're right. A lot of times the pictures are so similar. It's like, do we need this? Or, you know, pictures of, you know, our friends' grandbabies and stuff. It's like, that's sweet. I'm not trying to say that's not a nice thing. No. But it really boils down to, what do I really want to remember? What's going to be the most important thing? And I think what you're doing, Lindsay, is great. There's even apps that can help you in that process if you just want to take a picture using your phone.
Exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it does, but it's supposed to maybe enhance the photo, make it look a little bit better or whatever. But the technology is there now. And even if you go on Amazon, you don't have to hire someone. If
Nope.
you've got the time,
Yep.
they have got like scanners. If you have like primarily like 4x6 photos, they've
right.
got these quick little scanner things
Yep.
that will digitize it like super quick, right?
My daughter's
So,
been doing
a
that.
lot of options.
She has been doing that. And then, what's interesting, and yes, so scanning is awesome. And if you have a ton of them, it goes by really fast. What's been harder is taking the information from the phone that you've got 47,000 photographs over your digital lifetime, which my daughter
Yes.
has at age 29, and trying to pare that down. It's never been printed. You don't have to scan anything, but you literally are scrolling through about 47,000 photos. That seems daunting,
Yes.
So I'm going to put a word out right now to Apple because they have just recently changed the algorithm for the photo app inside Apple. My wish is that you stop changing the interface for all of us and make it easier to eliminate photos from our phones.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
true.
hard. It's really not an easy thing to do. So
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there in case Apple's watching Good Mom at some point.
That's right. What I love now, Lindsay, is yes, it's a process of getting it to a format that you can view on a regular basis. And one of the things that we've done with our video footage that I'm still in the process of doing as we speak, I was literally working on this earlier today, is taking those clips. And there is a service that I'm using, and it's we purchased a package, but it's a lifetime package, so one-time fee, And I put all of these clips, or am putting all these clips on this website, so to speak. And we have started, we're just kind of in the beginning stages of this, going back, and it's an app that you can put on Roku. So it fits in with the stuff, like if I was going to go to Netflix, we typically use Roku, or, it has its own app like that. So I can play it on any TV. It's according to the year, and I'm like, oh, let's go look at Sunny in first grade. And so we're just now starting to see the benefits of reliving these moments and laughing about them, and it'll lead to another story. And this is great for my girls that are here with me now. It's good for them to hear these stories, and they've been helping us go through all the pictures and learn who their great grandmother, you know what I mean, stuff that doesn't come up in their day-to-day lives, learning more about their history. It's been really cool.
It's so cool. It's actually really cool, and there's so much fun in the nostalgia part too. I want to really touch on that a little bit. It can get kind of emotional when you're looking at images of people that have left that you knew really well, and you kind of see them growing up or growing out, through their lifetime, and it can get really emotional. And so I find that when I'm doing this process, I need my emotional support poodle or a good friend and a glass of wine to just go, the reminiscing is so important, I think. It kind of helps us process things that maybe we hadn't thought about in a long time, and it moves the emotional waves through us as opposed to them just getting stuck wherever that happened. And I've been finding that to be kind of fun and somewhat cathartic. Like, oh yeah, I remember when my brother and I were spinning watermelons in the middle of the Dosey-Wallops River. Oh yeah, those things come back, and you kind of remind yourself just how fun different aspects of your life have been throughout all the decades. So
it's very therapeutic. One of the things that we experienced, my brother passed away in 94 of cancer, leukemia. And so of course, we're going through these photos, and we see a bunch of photos of my brother. And as we were going through to make sure we got all the photos, in my mom's closet, she's like, oh my gosh. And she pulls down all of these photo albums. When my brother had passed away, it was very difficult, obviously, for her. She lost a child. And she put all of his baby photo stuff that would really be tough for her, to see at that time. She put them away so she wouldn't have to see them. And in this whole process, all of this stuff came down. And I remember one day my mom came down, she was all teary-eyed.
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously you don't want to see your parent upset about stuff like that. But at the same time, I was thinking, A, I'm really glad I'm here right now because she only had 2 kids, right?
Yep.
And B, this is important for her. Like, it's like I instinctually knew it may not have been the right time during his passing to have that around, but putting that away, and now getting it down, there was a process that was happening that was important in her life.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And for all of us too. But I was able to look at the pictures and be like, oh, he was so cute and he did this, and oh gosh. She had a little bit different experience in it, but it was important to reflect on that.
That is really well said. And for our listeners out there, if you're looking at a daunting task of going through all of your stuff, the history of your family, just be aware that it's really helpful to process some of those emotions, especially after so many years have passed. It's actually very, very helpful. Your system will appreciate you, your physical system, and the people that are around you can also process it at the same time. So it's a beautiful thing. Nostalgia's good. And you don't want to get lost in it. Don't get lost in the pile,
And don't stress out about it. It should be fun. It should be it should feel good to do this, know? But take your time, and do it the way you want to do it. But I encourage everyone to try it because
tackle it.
Very helpful.
It's worth it. That's right.
Yeah.